So today we are here with Coach Tetro of the varsity bowling for Somers. Thank you for coming today.
No problem, no problem.
First question is, what is your background in the sport of bowling before becoming a coach?
I started bowling when I was with my best friend who lived next door to me. I started bowling when I was like 10. I bowled for like 6-7 years. Helped me to love the sport. And then I stopped, went through, then I played football, basketball, but I got into other sports. And right after I graduated college, a friend of mine from high school called and asked if I wanted to join the men's league. And I said sure, and that wasn't good because I forgot everything. And then I trained myself, and I got better and better, and I bowled with them for like 10 years. And then ailments from playing football in college, I couldn't do it anymore on my back. And I had to stop. And that's my background, basically. And now I'm coaching.
Okay. And what inspired you to become a bowling coach?
I guess I always wanted to be a coach. I really wanted to be a football coach, but I just don't have the time now. You know, with the boys growing up in college, and then I do other things in school as I teach at Primrose. And then I saw advertisement for a bowling coach, and I was like, well, yeah, it's something I want to do. And it's a way to actually work with high school kids, which I never have before. And I always wanted to work with the high school kids because they usually have the best sense of humor, they get the jokes, and we just have fun. So I guess what inspired me is my love of bowling. I knew I could coach it, and I knew I could have fun with the kids.
Very cool. And what about coaching do you enjoy the most?
I guess what I enjoy the most about coaching is just the competition, being in a team together with them, having people call you coach, look up to you, joking around, having fun, and also seeing the kids grow and get better, their averages go up, celebrating together and helping one another.
When did you start coaching at Somers?
Well, I started coaching bowling when I first started 3 years ago, and that's it. That was it. I never coached before. I always wanted to. I didn't even do little leagues with the kids and stuff because I wanted them to have their own times and stuff. So it was 3 years ago. This is the third year that the bowling team has been developed and started, and so it's only been 3 years.
And how would you describe your coaching style?
It's a good question. I guess my coaching style is laid back when it comes to just letting the kids learn on their own a lot of times, but then stepping in when I see they're getting frustrated and upset. I like to use humor. I like to tease them, but in a fun way. So I always poke fun, and then we talk, and I show them ways to do, how to straighten the arm, what arrows to look at. So I guess my coaching style would be humor and laid back, I would feel.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, right.
And for example, so when I joined the team this past year, how did you figure out what was the best way for me to bowl?
I gotta watch you. I usually let new bowlers bowl a game or two, watch what they do, watch their steps, watch their approach, what they're aiming at, what they're doing, because most new bowlers are so raw, they're just throwing the ball and not thinking, and trying to throw as fast as they can. They're not following through. That's why I like to send videos at first, because it's hard at first when you're at the lanes and you're throwing the ball, it's hard to correct a lot of things. That's why they have to practice at home, which is a challenge because children don't like to do that. That's what I do is I watch them. I try to give as much tips as I can without giving them too much because it's overloaded and they got too much in their head. So little by little I try to change. That's why starting when they're freshmen is the best. Because then now that, like Giuseppe for instance, he's a junior, he's been with us the whole time. And look what he's bowled last night, he bowled 180, 170, you know what I mean? Yeah. So they get better as they go. It's not an easy sport. Everyone thinks it's easy, but it's not.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to practice, and a lot of people don't have the time and money, and to get to the lanes is not easy either.
Yeah. What strategies do you use to keep bowlers motivated and encouraged during practice sessions and games?
I guess the strategies I use is hands off in a lot of ways. I let them try. I watch. They don't know I'm watching, but I'm watching. I'm counting their steps. I'm watching what they're doing. I constantly. Then I'll just intervene. I'll grab them. I'll pull them over. So I think sometimes it could be embarrassing when you're bowling gutters and you're not hitting things and the other team's doing well. So I try to use humor. And I think humor is the best way, because I know I played sports all my life, and if a teacher, and if you got a coach yelling at you, it's not really, you get embarrassed. So I use humor, quiet talking, calling them over, and just reviewing what they should do, because bowling is really repetition, Benny. That's all it is. You got to repeat. I'd like you throw the second arrow, follow through, throw the second, and watch your steps. And you did it yesterday. You did better.
Yeah.
Right. The second game was great.
Yeah. And how do you provide constructive feedback to the bowlers in a positive way and encouraging?
Sometimes it's hard, Benny.
Yeah.
But I try. Again, if you think about it, what do? I tease you, Benny. You're killing me. You know what I mean? But I try to do that in a way. So constructive feedback, in a way, I guess I just talk to them like human beings. I don't try to talk down to them. I try to talk to them not as a friend, but as a coach would talk to anyone. So I just have conversations. I guess that's the way I try to use it. As for feedback, I try to do it in a positive way, and positive reinforcement when you do well. You see me, I clap, and I try to pay attention. I think that's the key: is paying attention and watching, and it's knowing that the bowlers know that you're there.
And do you coach or help coach any other sports?
Good question. As of now, no. Well, actually, yes. Special Olympics. On Wednesdays, I do in this fall and spring. I do that, but that's it. I haven't touched anything else. My goal is eventually to do football, maybe in retirement, because I played all throughout my life and in college. You know.
Just curious, what type of coach would you want to be in football?
It's a good question. I think I start with the offense. Offensive coordinator, call plays, wide receiver to cornerback coach. That's what I played,
And finally, what is your most proudest moment as a coach?
Watching kids bowl their best games. Watching them, I guess, being proud is, just, I guess, them giving 100% and enjoying themselves. We have fun. I mean, I don't push the winning as much, If we do, we do. Like last night, we won every game. It was fun, right?
Yeah.
But it didn't make the whole night special. It was just, we always have fun.
Yeah.
So I guess the proudest moment is just watching them, like Giuseppe bowled his best series last night. That makes me proud. Watching them get better every year, watching their high scores go up, their series go up. That makes me proud sometimes. And also when you give advice and they do it and they bowl a strike right away. That's fun, You feel like you have a little part of that.
Yes, most definitely.
Right, Benny?
Well, yep. Well, thank you so much for coming today.
Benny, you man.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
miss you next year.